Have you ever noticed something strange about certain people in your life? They never directly hurt you, they never openly betray you, and they never behave like enemies. In fact, they often seem like the most polite, the most understanding, and the most supportive people around you. But somehow, after spending time with them, you feel something you cannot explain. A slight discomfort, a strange heaviness, or a quiet confusion in your mind. And the worst part is that you cannot prove anything. You just feel it. Friedrich Nietzsche believed that this feeling is not random, but perception, a deeper awareness trying to surface through emotional signals. According to Nietzsche, people rarely reveal their true intentions through dramatic actions. They reveal them through repetition, through patterns, and through the words they keep returning to without even realizing it. If you learn to recognize these patterns, you begin to notice something uncomfortable. Some people are not hiding who they are revealing it slowly through language. Today, you will discover 5 things people repeat that should immediately make you more careful. Not paranoid, just aware. And the 5th one is the most dangerous of all because it often sounds like kindness while quietly building resentment underneath. At first, phrases like, "Don't worry, I've got you," sound comforting, reassuring, and safe. You hear them from someone who wants to help you, guide you, or support you, and in the beginning, you believe them because everyone wants someone reliable. But Nietzsche would ask a deeper question: why does someone feel the need to constantly reassure you instead of simply showing reliability? Think about it. The most trustworthy people do not need to announce stability. They demonstrate it quietly through consistency, through action, and through results. But some people repeat phrases like, "Trust me, I won't fail you," or "You can rely on me," again and again. At first it feels like care, but over time their words become louder than their actions. And when words start doing all the work, actions usually begin to disappear. Nietzsche believed that excessive reassurance often hides internal instability, because the person who is truly steady does not need to convince you, they simply remain steady. The more someone tells you they are reliable, the more you should question why reliability is being constantly advertised. The next pattern is even more revealing because it exposes how people avoid responsibility when things begin to fall apart. When someone repeatedly says, "It's not my fault, I had no choice," or "They made me do it," you are witnessing a mindset, not just a reaction. At first, it may sound like fairness, because sometimes life is unfair and circumstances are beyond control. But Nietzsche made an important distinction between explaining a situation and escaping responsibility for it. A person who never takes responsibility for small failures will never take responsibility for small failures will never take responsibility for bigger consequences, including how they affect you. At first it is small mistakes, then missed deadlines, then broken promises, and responsibility is always shifted elsewhere. Over time, this becomes a habit of external blame. And when someone never sees themselves as the problem, eventually they begin to see everyone else as the problem, including you. Nietzsche believed self-awareness is the foundation of trust, because without self-awareness there is no accountability, and without accountability there is repetition, the same mistakes, the same excuses, and the same cycles. Then there is the phrase, "Everyone is jealous of me," which at first sounds like confidence or strength. It suggests importance, success, and value. But Nietzsche warned that this is not always confidence, sometimes it is protection from self-reflection. Notice the pattern when every conflict is explained the same way: coworkers are jealous, friends are jealous, family is jealous, everyone is jealous. At some point, this explanation becomes less about reality and more about avoiding responsibility. Not all criticism comes from envy, and not all disagreement comes from hate. But a person who frames everything as jealousy never has to examine themselves. This creates psychological blindness, where a person believes they are surrounded by envy instead of reality. And when someone stops seeing reality clearly, they stop growing. The phrase, "I'm just being honest," is even more complex because honesty is important, but truth without responsibility becomes cruelty. Pay attention to how it is used, often after harsh comments, unnecessary insults, or painful observations delivered without care. Suddenly, honesty becomes an excuse. But real honesty does not need justification. It carries awareness of timing, context, and impact. This version of honesty is often impulsive, sharp, and sometimes intentionally painful. Nietzsche would suggest that if someone constantly uses honesty as a reason to hurt others, then honesty is not the goal, control is. Over time, you begin to notice that they feel better after making others feel worse, which reveals something deeper about their emotional state. Finally, the most dangerous phrase of all is, "I'm happy for you." On the surface, it is positive, supportive, and warm. But Nietzsche warned that not all words reflect emotion. Sometimes they hide it. Watch carefully when this phrase is repeated but followed by silence, distance, or emotional withdrawal. They may say they are happy for you, but become quieter, less engaged, and less interested in your progress. Slowly, they stop celebrating your wins fully, not openly, but subtly. This is not always hatred, but concealed resentment. Because when someone feels internally inferior, your success can become uncomfortable for them. Not because they hate you, but because it reflects something within themselves they have not resolved. And so they smile, they congratulate you, and they say the right words, while something quietly shifts underneath the surface. Nietzsche never taught people to become paranoid. He never said everyone is dangerous. He taught something deeper: people are complex, emotional, and often unaware of their own patterns. The goal is not suspicion, but awareness. Because once you begin to notice patterns in language, you stop being influenced by words alone and start observing behavior, consistency, and truth beneath speech. Words can be repeated endlessly, but character is revealed over time. In the end, your life is shaped not by what people say to you, but by what they consistently do around you. Choose carefully who you trust, and most importantly, learn to see people as they are, not as you wish them to be. In the end, understanding people is not about becoming suspicious of everyone around you. It is about becoming aware of patterns that most people overlook. Friedrich Nietzsche never encouraged paranoia. He encouraged awareness. Because people rarely reveal who they are through one action, but through repetition, through behavior, and through consistency over time. When you start paying attention to these patterns, something changes in you. You stop reacting to words alone, and you begin to observe actions. You begin to separate what people say from what they actually do. And slowly, you understand that trust is not something to give quickly, but something to earn through time and behavior. Because words can be repeated, but character always reveals itself through consistency. And once you learn this, you become harder to mislead, harder to manipulate, and more aware of the reality around you. If you found value in this video, take a second to like the video. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people who need this message. And if you're new here, subscribe to this channel for more deep psychological insights inspired by Nietzsche and other great thinkers. Stay aware. Stay strong. And never stop seeking truth beneath words.